Welcome to Spiritual Sunday. We're going to talk about, does God exist? Like, is there a God? So God, the creator of the universe, creator of this world, creator of humans and everything else, the creator of physics, just everything, right? That is who God is in our minds. So does he exist? Is there a person? Is there an entity of that? And so that's what we're going to discuss. So Hinduism is the oldest traditional religion, meaning like the oldest one that is practiced till this day, that has different types of creeds and whatnot. It is an official, fully fledged out religion, right? And that religion goes back to about 2300 BC. And so we're talking about a religion that is under 5,000 years old. And if we look at the estimates for how long Homo sapiens have been around for, the bottom estimates are around 230,000 years old. So we're talking about the oldest official fledged out religion that we have is under 5,000 years. And we're at least 200,000 years old as a species. That puts us at what? 2.5% of our lifetime. There has been one religion that has been part of that, but for the other 97.5% of the human species, we didn't have that same God or that same religion. As for Islam and Judaism and Christianity, that all stem from Abraham, right? Abraham isn't that old either. We're talking about like potentially 2000 BC is when he might have been around. So both of those big religions, and that's encompassing, like 70 to 80, 90% of all humans that are alive today, believe in a religion that is less than 2.5% of the whole entire time humans have been around, with their differences and their context of how they were created that we can see throughout history and looking around at world history and seeing when these religions pop up. I have to say that all of those religions are fake, or at least images, projections, reflections of the real truth. I can't agree that any of them are accurate or any of them are 100% truthful. And there's so many different divisions between these religions that they can't even decide which one is right. So how should we? So to answer a different question, do any of the gods that exist in our culture, human culture, do any of those gods exist? And my answer would be no. But, so to illustrate my next point, let's take an actor, let's just say Johnny Depp. Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean, he's dressed up as Jack Sparrow, he's looking very piratey. Then he goes off to the Harry Potter universe, and now he's dressed like Grindelwald. Oh, no, let's take him back to Edward Scissorhands, and now he's a creepy emo kid with little scissors on his hands. Just like him, putting on different clothing, different costumes. At the end of the day, behind all that is Johnny Depp. And so if you watch him, you might get little reflections of who the real Johnny Depp is, but he's still putting on an act and he's still putting on a costume. Just like how religions dress up God in these different uniforms, like the Abrahamic religions or the Hindu or Buddhism or all these little folk religions, they see little snippets of spirituality, and they go ahead and dress it up in all these garments. And so it's still the same God, the same truth underneath all of them, preaching love and hope and peace. So they're all slightly different. They're just images, reflections of the real truth. And I would say that is the best case scenario. We could say that God exists in these different reflections. But truthfully, if we just look scientifically, right, we don't know how the universe was created, right? We can say that it was created by the Big Bang, and that was the tool that created us. But we still don't know what happened to create that tool, that started that tool. So my faith in the scientificness is the same as your faith in God creating it, because we still just don't know. And one thing that I love to think about is that for thousands of years we didn't know about electricity, right? We could see it in lightning, we could maybe feel it in like the friction shocks that you get, but other than that we had no clue. And so maybe the spiritual world does exist, but we just don't know it exists because we don't have the tools to measure it yet. So, aliens, right? God, we're talking about aliens, God, electricity. It's crazy up in here. But aliens, right? If aliens exist and they come and they're in their little spaceships and they can travel from parts of the universe to here in a split second because of different dimensions and different technology that they have, maybe they're tapping into that spiritual dimension that we just haven't seen yet, or none of it exists. So, does God exist? No. But yes, but no. Are aliens gods, right? They came down in their spaceships, kind of like a dragon. They rode down, they had guns, whatnot. I could see that being a possibility as well. But again, it doesn't answer who created the universe, because if the aliens exist, they didn't create the universe. Or is it just we're just a science project for a high school fifth dimensional creature? We will never know. And that is kind of a peaceful thing, is that just believe whatever you believe as long as it spreads love and happiness. And after that, I don't think it matters. Just spread happiness, love, peace, and hope. Have a great one.